for our school district, much of those funds went to new buildings. Many here at this high school, one two-story building at the middle school and one two-story building at Bijou, but didn't go to updating and upgrading our classroom environments as well. So that's our second priority, modernizing our classroom environments. And so when we looked at that, we said, okay, if we could focus in on the health and safety of our facilities and modernizing the learning environment so we could focus on student learning, is what would that cost? And it was approximately $100 to $110 million of the facilities master plan. $35 per 100,000 would get us there. And that was the lower dollar we could ask for. Remember, I said we could go for $60 per 100,000, so we went down to that. My effort here is not to tell folks to vote yes on Measure K. My effort is just to provide information and to educate folks. When they made a decision we needed to go for the bond, there was a statement. This is a moral imperative. Our schools are going to fail. Here at the high school, we have a boiler system that actually costs us a great deal of money, is not energy efficient, and is beginning to fail, just as an example of things that we need to approach. And so the board's comments were, hey, this is a moral imperative. And if the community supports it, great. We'll be able to get our facilities where they need to be for the future, get our classroom environments where they need to be for our student learning, and we'd be very proud and excited. If our voters, in the end don't, well, we go back to the drawing board. It does stress me out as the superintendent, as I'm charged with how are we going to continue to improve our education, as well as have a district that's going to last successfully well into the future, and facilities are a main part of that. From my seat, because I'm actually a district employee, I'm not here to campaign, not here to tell people go vote. Oftentimes there's misunderstandings of what we're trying to accomplish with the bond. If we were successful in passing the bond, when would all of this different, the funds come in, activities begin? Well, interesting enough, a lot of folks don't understand how this really works, and you can't go out and just sell bonds for the entire amount right off and then all of a sudden doing projects, right? So it's usually in 3 series. The $100 million is divided into thirds, and so you're going to bond out for approximately $33 to $35 million each time and sell those bonds. And so you get that money in those types of stints. Once you pass it, it takes a few months to get to the first sale, and then getting that money takes time. You get it actually really quickly, but then actually implementing projects takes time. And so just for everybody's information, when working on schools, you have to go through what's called DSA, the California State Department of Architecture. And DSA has to approve all components. It takes a lot of time. There's costs involved with going through the state. So when we think about it, we're going to be selling a series of bonds over most likely a 4 to 6 year period. And then as we sell those, we're going to be planning with architects and engineers and construction management types of teams and start to look at how we're going to roll out the projects. One of the things that I've experienced in my past is folks going, okay, you passed the bond, where's the projects? It takes a little bit of time, but I would hope that we'd be able to begin projects next summer and get us off and running with this bond.